Hi, this is Ali. I'm a real estate bookkeeper. I help real estate investors get accurate and updated financial reports using QuickBooks Online. Today, let's talk about security deposits. Actually, I also see this as a common mistake in terms of recording. Security deposit is not an income, it is a liability in the point of view of the landlord or the property owner. If you are a property owner, you will record that the security deposit deposited to your account by the tenant as a liability. So if you are a bookkeeper, make sure that you also read the contract lease or the lease agreement because sometimes the security deposit is equal to the monthly rent income. Okay, so say for example the monthly income is 2,500. So at the beginning of the month, say for example January, the tenant paid a 2,500 security deposit, and you mistakenly recorded it as a rent income since you'll see the pattern that the monthly rent is 2,500, but it is a security deposit. So security deposit is a liability, it's not an income. The definition of a security deposit, it is a refundable amount paid by a tenant to the landlord. So it will be later on refunded to the tenant unless there's a part of damages beyond normal wear and tear. It depends on the agreement of the tenant and the landlord. So, say for example, there are major damages beyond normal wear and tear, it will be deducted from the security deposit. So, the remaining security deposit, that is the only amount that will be refunded to the tenant. So, as the point of view of the landlord or the property owner, the security deposit is a liability. It is not an income because it will be later on refunded to the tenant. It's like a safety net or a protection if the tenant will not pay the rent, or there will be damages and then other violations of the tenant. So that is like a protection of the landlord from the tenant. So in the point of view of the tenant, of course, it is not a liability. The security deposit paid by the tenant is an asset since in the point of view of the tenant, it will be refunded. So it is a receivable from the landlord. So if you are a tenant, you will record it as an asset. So yeah, that's basically the differences in the point of view between the landlord or the property owner and then the tenant. Okay, security deposit is not an income it's not also an expense in the point of view of the tenant. It is a liability of the landlord or an asset of the tenant. Okay.